Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Stock Market for Dummies, where we talk about all things investments. I hope you are enjoying your investment journey. And one common question that I'm usually asked by people is to say, how much should I be putting into the market? And my answer to that is usually that it depends with your investment goals, in your investment objectives. And I'm sure a lot of people will be asking, what do you mean by investment objectives? So today I thought I could address that question with a few examples. Let's take, for example, two friends who are going to Bulawayo, and they are going to be using their individual cars. One is going to be using a Toyota Vitz, another one is going to be using a Mercedes Benz. The one who is driving a Toyota Vitz cannot ask the one who is driving Mercedes Benz to say how much fuel should we be putting into our cars, because if the one driving a Benz is to tell you that we need a full tank, you might be discouraged from embarking on your journey. And yet, using a Toyota Vitz, you might not need a full tank for you to get to your destination. I'll give you another example. If two friends, one is going to Bulawayo, another one is going to Norton. The one going to Norton cannot ask the one who is going to Bulawayo to say how much fuel should we be putting into our cars to get to our destination, because the one who is going to Bulawayo is going to say, no, I need a full tank, and then you'll be discouraged again from embarking on your journey. And yet you're only going up to Norton, and you don't need that much fuel. You just need probably 5 liters to get to your journey. So again, those circumstances will determine the amount of fuel that you need. I'll put that into monetary terms to say, if somebody is earning $100 million and you're only earning $20,000, if you ask somebody who is earning $100 million to say how much money are you putting into the stock market, they may probably tell you that I'm putting $10 million, and again you'll be discouraged from making an investment because you don't have that kind of money. You don't have $10 million. But if you are to ask maybe in percentage terms to say how much are you putting in terms of your income are you putting into the stock market, they will probably tell you that I'm putting 10%, and then you can also calculate the 10% of whatever your income is. If it's 20,000, if it's 1,000, you also put 10% into the market. So again, that determines the amount of money you want to put or you want to invest on the stock market. The other thing is that it depends also with your risk appetite, your situation, your financial situation, your financial position at a particular time will also determine how much you are putting into the stock market. Somebody who has got more obligations might be putting less into the stock market, and yet you don't have that many obligations. You are still unmarried, you don't have rentals to pay. You might decide to put a bit more into the stock market. Your circumstances are obviously totally different. Somebody who has got a family obligations, they've got a family, and you don't have that kind of obligation. You might want to put a bit more into the stock market. So again, that determines how much you should be putting into the stock market. I'll give you another example to say, it also depends with which is something that is also important to say. Sometimes people want to put their emergency funds into the stock market, and I think it's not encouraged. In fact, I discourage putting in emergency funds into the stock market, because the day you buy your shares is probably the day that the stock market is coming off. Some people are taking profits, and you have put your emergency money. Maybe it's money for your school fees, maybe it's money for your medication, and you had put it on the stock market, and then the next day the share price is coming off. You might not be able to take your money out, or if you take it out, you are taking it out at a loss, and that would be disastrous in your circumstances. So again, that is a key consideration when you are deciding to say how much should I be putting into the stock market. So those are key things that you need to consider, and it depends from individual to another individual. Our circumstances are different, our financial positions are different, and it can never be. The last example that I want to give you is to say, in terms of your investment objectives, probably your objective is to say, by the end of the year I should be able to buy myself a car. You're obviously not going to be putting $20 per month into the stock market, because by the end of the year you would not have gained that much for you to afford that particular car. So you might need to be putting more money. And then somebody who is saying, I want to buy a house at the end of the year might decide to put a bit more than the one who wants to buy a car. So those are some of the objectives that you need to consider when you're buying shares on the stock market. So that's what we thought we could share today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. also to comment, like, and share so that we can continue to bring you investment insights into the comfort of your phones, so to speak. Bye bye for now.